All right, what's going on, CFW? We're going to get started with this week's workout intent video. Before we get into it, as you guys know, we have that Advent calendar of movement starting up today. So make sure you check that out. I plug that into the CFW WOD section on the app. So make sure you track that for today. I think today's going to be that one wall walk just to start. And then the next day, we're going to add a movement on top. And then you're going to do two of what's tomorrow's movement and then one of today. And then the next day is 3, 2, 1, and so forth. So start that movement challenge. I try to make it in a way that you could do this anywhere. There's some substitutions for it. So you don't really need that much equipment to be able to do this movement challenge. So hopefully we can get everybody on that. To start today's workout, we're going to be starting with our back squat work. We're down at 2 seconds with that back squat hold. So just a quick little pause at the bottom showing control, and then we're going to drive back up. We're doing a set every 2.5 minutes for 7 rounds. So basically 7 sets of 1. And these weights should feel, or the progression you choose should feel like an 8 or 9. So if you are practicing depth, challenge yourself with the depth as long as you're keeping good positioning. If you're going more for the weight and you have good positioning and depth, then challenge yourself there to get to that weight level that feels like an 8 or 9 by the end of this. So lower body strength is basically what we're trying to aim for with this. There's a lot of different muscles working all in unison, and it's a really good way to just build overall strength. And then our workout today is going to be more of an upper body strength workout. So we got for time, 500-meter run, 15 weighted strict pull-ups, 400 meters, 12, 300 meters, 6 or 9, and then 200, 6, and then 103. So the idea here is we're going to go for running. It's not that much volume on the running, but it's going to be more challenging on these strict pull-ups because we got that weighted strict pull-up. We're going to hold that med ball in between the feet. It's going to make it a little bit more challenging than just your regular strict pull-ups. If you also don't have strict pull-ups, we can choose something that feels hard to do 3 to 5 reps at a time. So if you do those 15 all in one go, it's probably too easy for you. So even if the weight for the workout, let's say for some of you that do have a weighted strict pull-up and you could do this in 2 sets or less, then I'd go heavier. I'd maybe grab a dumbbell and go heavier than 20 pounds. So find that range that feels like I can only do like 3 to 5 reps before I need to take a break, and I can do that consistently. So that's Monday. Tuesday's workouts are regular kind of conditioning workout. We got a new kind of movement we haven't really done as much. We're going to be doing what's called a devil press, which is basically a burpee with dumbbells, and then we're going to go overhead with dumbbells as well. So how this works is that we have a 3-minute window to do 12 dual dumbbell devil press, and then the remaining time we're going to do max calories on the rower. Each time we're going to try to get more reps done on the rower. So that means speed up trying to get the double press done so you have more time on the rower, or try to speed up your time on the rower if you're consistent with the double presses. So if you finish every 90 seconds, then you have 90 seconds of rowing, let's say roughly, try to speed up on that every time so it gets your cadence up more. Because these are incremental sets to help you guys just build that awareness around pacing and how fast you're going so that you guys can build a bigger engine. A lot of the times I see we go up too fast and we burn out, and then we're like, oh, what happened in the middle of that workout? We're taking really, really long breaks because we just sprinted the first half without realizing that we were going at that speed. So this is helping you guys build that awareness and build good conditioning too as well. Wednesday, we got our gymnastics work. We got 5 body lever negatives, 10 knees to elbows, 10 to 20 banded lat pull downs, and then resting in between those sets and even movements. So we're really working a lot on our core and our lats here because a lot of these movements are pulling down movements with the levers, with the knees to elbows, and even the lat pull downs. If your goal is to build core strength, this is the day to come to. If you're trying to build a toes to bar, so like you want to get your toes up to that position, this is another day that you got to really hammer down. Regardless, this is going to help anybody in any different way because we are working a lot on core strength. There's some coordination involved, muscle strength, lots of different attributes out of today's workout. And then to finish off with our conditioning, this one's a fast one, 8 minutes, 18 double unders, 6 box jumps, and then 6 med ball squat cleans. And the weight should be 20 and 14. So 20 pounds for the guys and 14 for the ladies. So this one's a lower body stamina type of workout because a lot of this is jumping and the legs are moving. So a little bit arms, mostly legs today. But we want to just keep going. We want to keep the pace up. We're at an 80, 90%. And the weights and the heights progressions should feel something that's just easy to do. We're not trying to learn how to do these skills in 8 minutes. We're moving fast in these 8 minutes. So pick heights and, like I said, progressions that just allow you to not think about it so much, because if you are, you're getting a totally different stimulus out of this workout. Thursday's workout, our accessory day to start off, and that's where we're building some strength with some single dumbbell rear foot wall supported RDLs, staggered stance, one arm low band row, and then banded half kneeling lateral lunge with side bend. So we got something for every kind of section of our body, thinking of upper body, midline, and then the lower body. So really good work here. We did do this a couple weeks ago, so look back at that, compare to it. If you can challenge yourself a little more with the weights or the progressions, go for it. We got 3 to 5 sets in 15 minutes with some good rest in between, and really making it quality work. So feel the muscle stretching, getting into the right positions, good showing, good control, so you can get stronger out of these movements. And then our workout, fairly straightforward. For time, 5 rounds, 500-meter row for the guys, 400 for the ladies, and then a 60-second front plank hold on the rings. So those rings, are not static, they move. So we got to really pay attention to keeping them as still as possible, kind of like being like a statue on those rings there, being as solid as you can. So this workout is going to be a little bit more biased towards the midline, with some conditioning mixed in there. The front plank is going to challenge the midline or the core. Also, the row will actually fire up the core too. If you guys have ever noticed, if you've done like toes to bar, some core movement with rowing, whenever you lean back in the row in that back position, it's kind of like the hollow position. So you are going to feel the core in both of these today. Friday's workout, squat cleans, 2 squat cleans every 90 seconds for 7 sets. So we're working on strength, we're working on skill. For those of you who are comfortable with squat cleans, let's jack up the challenge level, 7 to 9 RPE for all the sets. If you're new to this, learn the technique. Just hammer that down before you go any heavier, because there's a lot of nuances to this movement. You just want to make sure you're moving correctly before you add speed and load to this movement. Then our workout is going to complement a little bit of that explosive hip power or that kind of skill of movement with the kettlebell swings. We got 150 kettlebell swings for time. Every time you break, you're going to do 10 hand release push-ups and 10 horizontal ring rows. So you're going to have to break these up smart, because you do have a penalty after every time you put the kettlebell down. So 150, I would think about being able to do about 20 to 40 in a row before you put it down. So make sure you choose a weight that allows you to do that. If you're doing 150 in a row, you missed the point of this workout. I'd probably get you to get at least 3 sets in, or up to 5 sets. So we could break that up. That would be, look at that, I think it's around somewhere around 20 to 30 per round, or 30 per round there, to get this one done with 5 sets, and you have 15 minutes to get through it. So fairly tight, but I still think it would be doable if you were smart with your breakups. And if you get like 120 done or 100, you're still way over halfway. So that's a big chunk. So think about that for this workout. But that was Friday. And then Saturday's workout, we got a little chipper, 1 mile assault bike, 1 mile on the assault bike, then 3 rounds of 100-meter farmer's carry, 45 ab sit-ups, 15 toes to bar, 15 burpees to target, 3 rounds of this, and then a 1 mile assault bike to finish off. So this is a good strength conditioning, good Saturday workout with a little bit of bias towards the midline again, because of the farmer's carry, the ab mat sit-ups, the toes to bar, just a lot of core control involved with those movements. Finally, our last workout of the week, we got max box step-ups for reps here. Every 5 minutes, you're going to complete 9 dual dumbbell strict press with 9 dual dumbbell bent over rows. This one is going to be individual. It's not a partner workout for this one. So you guys can do this solo today. And your goal is to go for that long haul workout, really challenging that mental endurance in this workout and the muscle stamina, which is going to come with it. But even deeper is that mental endurance, trying to be sustained for that long, those 40-minute workouts, because it's not something we do usually. So this will be a good one, good sweaty one for Sunday. And then other than that, guys, good little week. We're getting close to the end of the year. Keep the routines up. Make sure you're getting those movement challenge or movement workouts in each day, crossing that off. And then we're working our way towards the end of the year to test some new kind of movements or test some benchmarks from the beginning of the cycle before we start something brand new in the new year. So we'll see you guys in week 10.